Yo, what is wrong with... Okay, I'm never flanking again against these guys. I don't know why they're playing like, bro, what is wrong with these guys? What the f is wrong with these guys?
We've all been this guy, right? Going for a flank only gets shut down by some lurking asshole, off by themselves, not doing anything to help their team, just baiting for frags. Well, just judging by the rage this guy's feeling, it seems like this Astra was actually filling a critical role on the team, the Lurker. Let's figure out exactly what a Lurker does, how they accomplish their goals, and break down some examples from the pro level. But first things first, what exactly is a Lurker? A Lurker is a role that is typically on the attacking team. Their objective is to explore a section of the map, usually alone, and relay information to the rest of the team. That's it. Sure, you can find timings and make hero plays or sell fakes and stuff, but at its core, the job is to get info and tell it to your team. What kind of info? Stuff like how many players you hear, are they rotating, what utility has been used, basically anything and everything you can find out without dying. So now that you know what the job is, let's take a look at a basic example from our game vs Cloud9 on Split, where Zelsis was an absolute terror lurking on B site all game. It's round 3, the first time we've been able to get guns on this map. We go for a pretty basic default. John's lurking outside A, Zekin, Tens, and Sasi holding mid, and Zelsis lurking B. The idea is to sit back, get Cloud9 to use some of their utility, and then regroup towards one of the sites and hit it, based off the info the team gathers. At the start of the round, Zelsis throws an orb that covers the B main entrance. He also calls out that Moose put a Cypher cam deep into B main. He calls for Tens and Sasi to help him clear it out, and then leave him alone.
Cypher cam deep B.
Okay.
Nothing A.
I'm gonna zip.
Yeah, no, they put the arbor boys.
Yeah, they might
Yeah,
I've read.
One.
Yeah.
He's sitting on his camp B. Can you guys come break it with me if you're not going mid?
He smoked me.
Okay.
Omen could be ropes. Omen could be ropes.
Yeah.
This is exactly what a Lurker should be doing. Zelsis is denying information by killing the cam and sowing the seeds of doubt in Cloud9. Are we looking to execute onto B? Cloud9 has no way of knowing what's going on, so Oxy has to fall back from Mail and support Moose on B. This allows Zekin and Sasi to creep up mid and toss a nade flash combo into vents. After this, everyone heads over to A to get ready for the execute. Everyone but Zelsis. You'll notice that as everyone's rotating to A, Zelsis breaks one of Moose's trips.
Guys,
Cypher default.
One of us ropes. He just
They
dropped.
orbed up mid. They're gonna re-clear. I'm going back to
This sows more doubt. Once the 4 guys get to A and start the execute, there's only Vanity and Zeppa there to defend. The 2 players who were holding from vents and were supposed to be there to support were pulled over to B thanks to Zelsis' lurk. This lets the guys take the site easily and ultimately win the round.
Cloud9 starting to go more towards the sites, but because that trip was broken B, there's 3 players geared towards there.
Vanity's so dead unless Zeppa gets a really nice timing, but the cage goes up, the paranoia out as well. He's kind of been locked out of the play. Now he tries to strike, but Tens is ready to greet him.
Not on the board yet. He's just going to get flanked for free. And now Zekin, another ult orb closer. A flawless round, Doug.
Flawless round. Light armor saved for Sasi, but yeah, that's great. All things considered.
You can see how just the smallest things, breaking a cam and a trip, have these ripple effects that completely change a round. Essentially, Zelsis was selling a fake to C9 in that round, and they bought it. I mean, he is the hardest working salesman in Valorant after all. But how does a Lurker affect a round if the action is all on the other side of the map? Well, this is when your game sense comes into play. You need to learn how to catch a timing and hit those big flanks. Otherwise, you're just drunk driving into a defender holding the angle. Let's see how Zelsis does this in round 5 of the same game. The round starts the exact same way as round 3. John holding A, Sasi, Tens, and Zekin towards mid, and Zelsis holding B. Jordan throws the same orb to cover B main entrance and the default wall over at A. As the round starts, Zelsis and Tens take B main control. Once Zelsis has complete control of B main, Tens eventually regroups with the rest of the squad mid. The first key thing that Zelsis does this round is identify that Omen and Raze are on B, meaning Moose is over on A with all that juicy Cypher util.
Wait, where'd you nade from?
Oh wait,
Raise
Sky
it
res med, bro.
Yeah, they're Viper Cypher A.
He talked to me A.
Okay.
At the 50-second mark, look at how confused Cloud9 is. They have 3 players in spawn trying to figure out where to rotate to, while we've got 4 players looking to fight a solo Cypher on A, all thanks to Zelsis spamming smokes and making noise in B main. When the execute finally comes in, notice where Oxy is. He's still anchoring B. Cloud9's biggest shooter is stuck on the other side of the map doing nothing because Jordan was spamming a smoke. Once Zelsis hears Oxy rotate out, he knows he has a timing for a flank. Listen to the comms he makes, asking for the rest of the team to use util and make noise to distract Cloud9 and cover his steps on the flank.
Do I have a flash?
Can someone pick heaven off
I
me?
do have flash.
Can you guys use any util? Use util.
Pick heaven off me?
You flash
One
up.
heaven?
I'm flashing
Flash
too.
one.
I'm flanking boys.
Flashing now.
Yep, yep, yep.
Just
Try
chill,
not to
just
ping.
chill.
Comes. Wait, ropes.
Did I have node? Okay. Did I have nade?
He's telling the guys he has a flank and not to give up any stupid peeks. He needs the guys to stay alive while he exploits this timing on the flank. From here, Jordan gets a nice 3K and easily locks in a flawless round. So again, it's just the little things Zelsis is doing that are having these ripple effects that lead to huge impact later on in the round. He's just taking space, spamming smokes, making noise, and that's enough to keep Cloud9's biggest threat out of the fight. And then, when Oxy finally does rotate, Zelsis takes his timing, leading to a huge 3K, where he doesn't even really have to fight. I mean, he just shot them in the back. But again, we're looking at what a good player does when they lurk. When it comes to ranked game, a lot of passive players will use the excuse that they're lurking, when in reality, they're just doing nothing and baiting their team. This is why it's so important that you're communicating with your team and making sure everybody knows what you're up to. There's nothing worse than saying you're gonna lurk out B main, only to have your moron team run out A off the rip and eat shit. Lurking is more of an advanced playstyle that requires actual teamwork. They need to know to play slowly and wait for your info. And you need to know how to play for yourself without giving up a kill for nothing. And the thing is, we just looked at what Zelsis was doing. The whole game, John is doing the same thing, lurking on the A site. So this begs the question, what agents do you expect to lurk on? Typically, you want an agent that can operate on their own. An Omen, Viper, or Astra are all great, since their abilities can be triggered from anywhere and still influence other parts of the map. Sentinels like Cypher or Chamber are also great lurkers, since they can get info, lock down flanks with trips, and escape situations when shit goes wrong. The key thing is to play agents that are self-sufficient, not needing a teammate to flash or smoke for them. Think of a lurker like a spy, getting info and selling fakes by themselves, while the rest of the team gets ready to act on their info. So there you have it. The next time you're playing with your 5-stack, why not give lurking a try? Just make sure you're relaying that info to the rest of the team. And if the opportunity should present itself, go for those timings where you catch a sick flank, picking up some of the easiest frags of your life and driving the other team crazy.
A little bit of buying of time as John QT plays his cards as perfectly as he can. The cam is still up. He's gonna find the timing! He gets them both! 3 on the round for the leader! Ethan left alone. Can he pull off this 1v2? Attention divided, 9 bullets left, 32 HP, and he cannot pull it off!
IGL versus IGL. And he has time!
1 second left.